If you have not experienced the church where God's power is, you won't understand the importance of the church. It's just a place where you're hearing a good message but not being changed. You're hearing a good message but you still have demons. When we read the Bible, when we read the Acts church, the main place where we hear miracles taking place, people being equipped, the power of God being demonstrated, is the church. The believers are equipped by the fivefold ministry, Ephesians 4:11 through 16. So these leaders are given a higher level of anointing, a higher level of understanding of the scriptures, a higher level of maturity for the purpose of equipping others so that you have someone to imitate. As Paul says, follow me as I follow Christ. So yes, we are all called to walk in miracles. For believers to walk in miracles and be in God's order, they have to be equipped in the church. So the church is the main place of God doing his work. Then it's an overflow through you all as you go out into the world. You receive anointing. You receive the love of God. The demonstration of the power of God comes upon your life. You're healed. You're set free. And so now you're ready to go out in the world and to really be a representative of Jesus. It can't happen any other way because this is God's order. You cannot be equipped on your own without the church where God has called you to be planted at. When we read the Bible, Old Testament to New Testament, every example we see of miracles taking place is through a vessel. So it doesn't mean that God can't do a miracle without a vessel, but what it does mean is that this is God's way of releasing miracles. He can do it outside when it's needed. When someone's crying out to God in their room and there's not a vessel around, they don't know how to get to a vessel. They never heard about a church where God's power is moving. He can come and touch them. But there have been so many of you where you've been oppressed, you've been sick, you've never encountered God's power, and for years and years and years and years, you cried out for freedom, you cried out for healing, and nothing ever happened until you came to a church where God's power was moving. That's because it's God's main way of moving, and he was causing you to be hungry and seek, and he would guide you to where to go. For the most amount of people to be reached in this world depends on the church being strong and people being committed to the church, being truly planted, being true disciples, so that you can receive all that God needs you to receive to go out in the world and to be a powerful vessel of him.